Hi there, welcome to another video for Leaving Cert Ordinary Level Maths. We're continuing with trigonometry and we'll look at another way of finding sides and angles in a triangle now, the cosine rule. So again, the cosine rule can be used in triangles other than right angled triangles. If we take these two triangles here, A and B, in triangle A we're given two sides and the angle included, so the angle in between them, and in triangle B we're given the length of the three sides. In neither of these triangles we can use the sine rule. So we need to solve the triangles using another rule called the cosine rule. The cosine rule is given as a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a, again in the log tables on page 16. We use the cosine rule to find an angle when we know three sides of the triangle, or to find the third side when we know two sides and the angle in between. So similar to the area of a triangle in trigonometry formula, not to be mixed up with it though. We generally try to use the sine rule first because it's more straightforward, but if we can't use that, we'll then go to the cosine rule. If the cos of the angle is negative, that means that it's an obtuse angle. Let's look at two examples. In the first one here, I have my formula written out, and I'm going to say that side A is here, and I've identified that as side A because it is across from the angle that we know. So a squared equals 14 squared plus 9 squared. It doesn't matter if you assign B or C to 14 or 9, that doesn't matter which way around, minus 2 times 14 times 9 cos of 76. All of this can go into the calculator. We'll get a squared equals 216. A equals the square root of 216, which comes out to be 6 root 6, and as a decimal that's 14.696, but you can probably leave it in third form because it's more accurate. So that's finding an unknown side length. Calculator does a lot of that work. Or we can have to find an angle. So here I'll fill in a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a again. I now know that all three sides, A is going to be the side opposite the angle that I'm looking for, so A is going to be 8, and then it doesn't matter which one is B, which one is C. And fill in cos C this time because the angle is called C. Calculator work again, we're going to be saying 64 equals 144 plus 25 minus 120 cos C. Try and isolate the cos C. We'll have 64 take away 144 take away 25, and then I'm going to divide that by negative 120 so that there's just a cos C left on the right hand side. This simplifies to 13 over 15 equals cos C. We don't want cos C, we want C, so we go cos inverse 13 over 15 equals C, which equals 29.926 degrees. One last note then on compass directions. So these will appear sometimes when we're talking about circles and degrees and things like that. So compass directions they begin with the primary direction of north or south. So that'll tell you where you're looking, and then it'll say a certain amount of degrees east or west off that line. So an example here is north 30 degrees west. So you know that you're looking north and then you're coming out to the west 30 degrees. Or it could be north 60 degrees east, as in that angle. Or south 35 degrees east, or south 48 degrees west. And that's how you read them off. So it tells you north or south and then how many degrees either east or west. Okay, that's the cosine rule. Hope you found that useful.